On Sunday, we reached the end of the third quarter, and in keeping with its now regular practice of announcing estimated delivery and production figures, Tesla has announced its best quarter yet in terms of vehicle production and deliveries, making 80,142 vehicles and delivering 83,500. Of those vehicles, 53,239 cars produced and 55,843 cars delivered were Model 3s, showing that Model 3 production really has ramped up dramatically over the past 3 months. While these figures are only provisional, we'll have to wait until November 7th and the quarterly earnings call for official ones. They're usually pretty accurate and show that Tesla is now switching into a higher gear to fulfill as many of those outstanding Model 3 pre-orders as possible. It also shows that Tesla appears to be clearing some of the vehicles it had in inventory at the end of the previous quarter, something that many short sellers had been tracking in order to imply that Tesla was struggling to match pre-built cars with customers. Whichever way you look at it, this quarterly production and delivery figure is fantastic news for Tesla, alongside the news that Tesla's Model 3 was the 5th best-selling passenger car model in the US for Q3. And it's the kind of positive attention Tesla could really use right now, especially given the recent distractions involving Elon Musk, pot, the SEC and British divers. We'll get the full picture of how Tesla is doing at the quarterly earnings call next month, but this is perhaps a great time to ask if Tesla's year of hell is coming to an end, and if the company can look forward to smooth sailing ahead. If we assume profitability is the goal, then I think Tesla's pretty close, but not quite where it needs to be yet. That's because Elon Musk has said in the past that he believes Tesla will reach profitability when Model 3 production figures are at 5,000 cars per week on a sustained basis. And while some news sites have been trumpeting the higher levels of production at the end of the quarter as proof that Tesla has reached that goal, the average Model 3 weekly production figure for Q3 was just shy of 4,300 cars. So nearly there. Reaching 5,000 Model 3s per week, something I'll suggest will happen in this quarter, is certainly going to help Tesla towards that goal of ending its year of hell and pushing towards profitability. But Tesla's future isn't simply determined by how many cars it can produce. Things are far more nuanced than that. Production hell, then, I think, is nearly over. But if we're honest, some of the hell woes were caused by Tesla pushing Model 3 to market perhaps a little sooner than it should have, ironing out production issues during production rather than hammering them out in pre-production runs, for example. Other issues were caused by poor planning or a lack of large-scale production experience. Musk's own estimating skills were also, by his own admission, partly to blame. Elon actually joked earlier this year that his brother Kimball used to lie to him about the time so that he would actually catch the school bus on time. Regardless of all of that, however, there's more to Tesla being successful and profitable than vehicle production. There are all of those deliveries and logistics to deal with, plus after-sales service and support. Right now, Tesla appears to be tackling the logistics issue, not having enough delivery vehicles, by building its own. That's certainly a fresh way to approach the challenge of getting cars to customers, but as many have noted, it's also another example of a lack of forward planning on Tesla's part. And while building transporters may get Tesla delivering its cars in double quick time, I'm guessing, although of course I don't have the figures, that it costs more to make and operate transporters over the short term than it does to hire them in. In the short term, that could impact the bottom line, but if carried out from now on outwards, well, it could help the company long term. On to sales and support. Well, Tesla needs to dramatically expand its service network to deal with all of those new Teslas on the road. If it isn't careful, this will be its next major crisis. It's already begun to address the issue by putting out more mobile service units and building its own in-house accident repair facilities. But based on reports on various owner forums and websites, some owners are still waiting far longer than they'd like to get sales service and repairs done. It's something that Tesla and Elon Musk has already acknowledged as being Tesla's next big focus. So here's hoping Tesla can increase its service and repair centers without too many teething problems. If Tesla can manage this, and its Q3 figures show that it's close to profitability at last, then it's certainly possible Tesla's year of hell is just about over. Model 3 being the 5th most popular car for the entire quarter is something that shouldn't be dismissed lightly. Although, for context, we should note that sedan sales are far lower now than they once were. Crossover SUVs, be they luxury or not, are outselling their sedan siblings, sometimes by orders of magnitude, for every single automaker out there. Obviously, Tesla is the exception, with Model 3 sales far exceeding Model X sales in recent months. So is Tesla's year of hell about to end? Well, when it comes to production, I think it is, provided Tesla learns from its past mistakes and doesn't rush headlong into another production run for another vehicle, like the Model Y, for example. This is the point where the company needs to take a much-needed metaphorical breath, focus on volume for Model 3, Model S and Model X, and deal with the managerial and institutional changes that will come into force as part of Elon Musk and Tesla's recent settlement with the SEC. But when it comes to everything else, Tesla's still got a lot to deal with, and it needs to make sure it doesn't get distracted in order to ensure it can become and stay profitable in the not too distant future. What's more, it needs to keep Elon Musk in check and hope that he doesn't engage in any further online arguments that could head to litigation. Closer to home, it also needs to ensure it handles the various labour law violation allegation cases it currently has facing it. And that's a lot to deal with, as it would be for any company. That's it. Thanks for joining me, and see you next time.